Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, I try to get Drago to talk at school. But all that happens is I get into big trouble with my teacher. She doesn't get it. She thinks Drago is just a toy. And to make matters worse, this dude called Masquerade shows up, blasting everyone's Bakugans into the Doom Dimension. Wait until you see what happens when the Brawlers battle Masquerade and Reaper. Bakugan Brawl! Let's battle! On the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Drago and I make a little noise at my house. Well, sure, my parents are a little concerned. I tell them not to worry, we won't burn the house down. Then Drago and I team up to take on a kid named Ricky Maru. He thinks he's pretty tough because Masquerade set him up to battle me, but I'll show him. That's coming next in a feud between friends. Bakugan Brawl! See you there. On the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, things just aren't the same without Drago around. While he's busy swimming with the fishes, I've got my hands full when I face off against a whole new batch of Bakugan players. I get a few painful lessons from some crazy creatures. It's not easy keeping up, and it takes everything I've got just to stay in the game. But with my cards at my side, I'm ready for action. Just say the word, and I'm always up for a Bakugan Brawl. There's just one thing missing. Find out what that is on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
Next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Dan and I run into each other, literally, and Dan loses his Bakupod. I find it and realize there's a message from Masquerade challenging Dan to battle someone named Tatsuya. I figured that this is my chance to kick some butt, so I go instead. But Dan shows up just when things are about to get rockin'. I can't believe it when he actually lets me fight in his place. Will I be able to beat this clown and prove myself as a battler? Find out on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
On the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Runo and I team up to take on a pair of twerpy twins who really think they're cool. But luckily, from Runo's last battle, I learned strategy and teamwork are everything, and that's just how we play it. With her Saurus and Tigrera and my Drago, we take on their Garganoid. The battle is intense, and no matter what they throw down, we're right there to battle back. But how will it end? Just gonna have to wait and find out. Trust me, it'll be intense. Bakugan Brawl! See you there.
On the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, a new Bakugan arrives in town and things really take off for him. But he soon finds out that the city can be real confusing, and it sure helps to have a friend to show you around. Luckily, he hooks up with a group of girls who just love Bakugan. They take the game a little too seriously, and when a battle breaks out, our little friend really has to step up just to keep his head above water. It's a full-on showdown, and you sure won't want to miss it next time on Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Bakugan Brawl! Hey, look, giraffes!
A real creep shows up on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. But first, Marucho and me have to battle Super Sync Sound Extravaganza. Hey, this is Dan, and those two spinny singers give me a pretty good scare by showing up with some wicked Bakugan combinations that nearly send me packing. And then, Drago explains the story behind how all the Bakugan cards showed up. I gotta tell you, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Bakugan Brawl! We'll see you there! Hey, this is Runo, and coming up on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we head to the airport to pick up Alice. Even Dan is there, sorta. That's where we meet two brothers, Takashi and Kasuki, who challenge us to a brawl. Marucho is totally pumped about the battle, and everything starts out okay. But how does it end? Well, you'll just have to check it out for yourself on the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Trust me, this one's gonna be wicked! Bakugan Brawl! Let's do this! Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Dan has Drago, Runo's got Tigrera, and Marucho's got Preyas. But look out, a new Bakugan has arrived. And even though Julie thinks all Bakugan are cute and cuddly, she's about to find out that they can have a real dark side. When a boy named Billy shows up and challenges her to a battle, he brings with him a Bakugan with a real bite. So get your rest, because you're gonna need it, because you never know when or where a Bakugan Brawl will break out. And make sure you don't miss the next exciting episode of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
Marucho here. Coming up later on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we all think that it would be a great idea to get a little help from Shun, the master of Ventus, especially since things are really heating up with Masquerade. But for some crazy reason, Dan doesn't agree with us. Then suddenly, Dan passes out. Please come back and help us, Shun. What's that? You will, but only if we win? Come on, Preyas. I'm depending on you. Bakugan Brawl! Let's do this!
Hey, this is Dan. Coming up on Bakugan, I find out Masquerade is ranked #1, while Shun is dropped down to 6th. And Shun is one unhappy camper. Then he finds out his mother is sick, so he decides to quit playing Bakugan. But I've got a sneaky little plan to get him back into the game. Trust me, this one's gonna be a real Wild West showdown, and you'll have to watch to see who wins. Hey, be there! Bakugan Brawl! This is Dan, filling you in on the DL for what's coming up. Did Runo and Marucho really lose it with Shun? I mean, battle-wise. Has my old friend Shun finally got back in the game? Or has he become a card-carrying member of Club Masquerade? Either way, I couldn't let it go without a fight. Get ready for some serious brawling. Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers. So, are you in? Hey, this is Dan, and coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we try to get the lowdown on that mysterious dude, HAL-G. The Brawlers decide to leave home and take a little road trip to this creepy old mansion out in the country. Once inside, we find out it's totally high-tech, filled with the most bizarre gear you could ever imagine. It's like something out of a crazy sci-fi movie times a million, and creepier. You gotta check it out. Bakugan Brawl! See you there.
Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, the rest of the gang and I meet up in Bakugan Valley, and boy oh boy is it a strange place. We go deep inside the caves in search of the Infinity Core, but what we really need to search for is some courage, especially when we get our first look at Vestroia. I gotta admit, it's all a little bit much for me to take, but I hang in there because I don't want to let the team down. The deeper we go, the creepier it gets. I'm just glad Dan's here to protect me. He will protect me, right? Anyway, you don't want to miss it. Battle on, Brawlers!
Hi, Dan here, and coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we fuel up for a little Bakugan battle action. It's like Mom always says, never play on an empty stomach. But forget food. It looks like one of the Brawlers might be a spy. But who? Oh, and that's Chan Li, ranked number 3 in the world. Could she be the spy, or is it one of our Bakugan? The battle heats up, especially when Runo wants to challenge me. So don't forget to check out the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. See you there.
Hey, gang! Let's eat! Yeah! Dig in! Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we all decide to celebrate Dan's victory against Chan Li with a big feast, and I don't have to clean up the dishes. But we finally meet Webmaster Joe face to face. It turns out that as the Brawlers website manager, he hasn't been exactly honest with us. That's when my Bakugan Preyas and I decide to challenge him to a battle. That leads us into some strange places. To find out what happens, don't miss the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers! Bakugan Brawl!
Runo here. Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Marucho and I end up in some crazy old mansion. What the heck is this place? Then Masquerade sends Julio to challenge us to a battle. Hang on a sec, Marucho. I'm sick of hearing about how he's the world's hey-odds expert. Don't worry, I'll avenge Preyas for you, Marucho, and then some. Huh? What the heck are you doing here, Dan? All right, Tigrera, we've got something to prove here. Bakugan Brawl! See you there. Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers. My friend Billy challenges me, and I'm up for it. At first, I was worried Billy's brain had been completely taken over by Masquerade, but I soon realized he had a lot of childhood memories about when we were both kids. Phew, was I relieved. But I had bigger problems, like winning the battle, and I knew this girl had to get it together and pull it off. Bakugan Brawl!
We'll see you there, dudes!
Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers. The sky is the limit, but our gang is heading in for a crash landing. Frustration mounts as everyone is getting on each other's nerves, especially Shun's, who left over a heated battle of words with Dan, saying he couldn't stand being fake friends any longer. Meanwhile, Kamba, a sore loser and former rival of Shun's, has a score to settle. Will Shun count on his friends, or is he about to go from hero to zero? Oh, Shun, don't you know there's safety in numbers?
That creep Klaus and his buddies Chan and Julio challenge us to battle. Runo, Marucho, and me accept. But there is a problem. Runo still hates me, and Marucho is still bummed out about his Bakugan Preyas being sent to the Doom Dimension. But here's the rub. Klaus shows up with Preyas as his Bakugan. And now we're all trying to figure out how he brought Preyas back from the Doom Dimension. I guess there's really only one way to find out what happens. Bakugan Brawl! See you there. Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, the battle goes on. Now that Marucho has Preyas back, we're ready to go for another round against Masquerade's 3 thugs. They may be 3 of the best Bakugan players in the world, but that doesn't mean much to us. Their skills look a little sketchy. Preyas and Drago are all we need to show him who rules the field. Klaus may think he can catch us by surprise, but the joke's on him. Bruno, Marucho, and I are prepared to put it all on the line. So see you next time on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Until then, coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we decide to take a road trip to find Joe, our webmaster who was holed up in a hospital. We kinda got the feeling he was really working for Masquerade. So when I asked him if it was true, he said he'd tell me if I battle him. Well, turns out Joe's one wicked player, and once the battle heated up, gate card open! I got the feeling he was coming hard for my Drago, and if there's one thing nobody touches, it's my Drago. You got that? Bakugan Brawl! See you there!
Alice here, and on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, it's time for a little stretching and maybe a casual stroll through town. Wait, who's that? It's Christopher, who hates to Bakugan battle. You see, his friends used to force him to play and he'd always lose. That left him totally bummed about Bakugan. I mean, who would want to lose all the time? But I've got a plan. What if I played him and let him win? But who's playing who here? You'll have to check it out to see on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. See you there.
Okay, if Joe isn't the spy, then who's been yapping to Masquerade about what the Brawlers are up to? That's problem number one. Number two, Shuji and Akira showed up with their little sister who challenged us to a battle. At first, I figured it'd be a cakewalk. But let me put it this way. Big surprises sometimes come in small packages. And you won't believe how this one turns out. Trust me, you don't want to miss this episode.
Boosted Dragon!
Bakugan Brawl! See you there!
Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, I get a real shock when I realize I only have a few Bakugan left. Most of them have been sent to the Doom Dimension, and I won't be able to sleep if I lose any more. I especially don't want to lose Tigrera, but I also can't back down from a battle if it means I can take one of Masquerade's gang out of the picture. Tigrera's tough like me, but I'm not sure how we do in a one-on-one battle against that creep. There's only one way to find out. Bakugan Brawl! See you next time!
Better get ready, Shun, because we've got a date with Destiny. You see, Masquerade's been knocking off his soldiers Bakugan and sending them straight to the Doom Dimension. Now he's after the Brawlers. But let's just say, I'm not gonna let that happen. My team's all set to face Masquerade. Even Shun's gonna join the party. So you better watch out, you masked freak, because my Drago's ready for a little action, and it's gonna get rough. Bakugan Brawl! See you there.
Bruno here. Coming up on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, the rest of us have no idea what to do about Dan disappearing into the Doom Dimension. Dan's mom even comes to visit me, and I don't know what to tell her. Poor woman. Everything seems kind of out of control right now. Then Shun receives an invitation card from Masquerade. Guess we've got no choice but to confront him. We owe it to Dan. Bakugan Brawl! See you there!
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gorum, Bakugan to Julie. On the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, you will find us in the Doom Dimension on our quest to find Dan and Drago and return them to the human world. But first, the Brawlers must be tested. And first up is Julie. She must use her patience and skills to pass, or she may find herself in the Doom Dimension for an eternity. That's coming up on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
On the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, it's Marucho's turn to take his test in the Doom Dimension. But talk about creepy. His opponent is a frog in a bog. But never fear, Preyas is here. I'll take on that wart-totting tadpole. Marucho is worried that with me in the game, you gotta get me out of here. I can't do this. Help me! Ah, man, that hurt. Anyway, you gotta make sure you don't miss the next episode. Bakugan Brawl! My back!
We are sent to a city where the sun doesn't set. The laundry is hung out to dry, the streetcars are running, and the Haradome Tower is under construction. But there are no people living here. It is an empty, deserted city. A girl appears and challenges Shun to a Bakugan brawl. The sun that never sets. Is it merely an illusion or something else? Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, the sunset is crying. Wake up, Shun. You do not belong in this world.
Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Runo must face her test from the 6 legendary soldiers of Vestroia. But what she doesn't know is that it will be a test of her courage as well as her mind. It's going to be her ultimate challenge, and if she succeeds, it will mean the Brawlers will be stronger for it. But if she fails, it will spell disaster for her world as well as mine. Failure is not an option, so don't miss the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers!
This is Drago, and so far Gorum, Reyes, Skyrus, and Tigrera have all evolved after passing the tests given to them by the 6 legendary soldiers of Vestroia. Now it's my turn. I must evolve even more, and quickly, so I can become the ultimate Bakugan. But what will be my test? Who will we face in battle? And will Dan and I be able to make it to the next level? That's all on the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
Hey, this is Dan, and coming up on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we finally check out of the Doom Dimension and return to our world. That's because we all passed our tests handed out by the 6 legendary soldiers of Vestroia. And boy, I'm glad to be home. But wait, is that Joe taking on Masquerade? Oh man, what's been happening here while we've been gone? Only one way to find out, and that's to check out the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Bakugan Brawl! All right! Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Masquerade tries to find a way to make Hydronoid evolve and become an ultimate Bakugan because he wants the Infinity Core real bad. And all the other Brawlers are eager to make their Bakugan evolve too. Sure, that's easy for them to say, they've already passed their tests, but me and Drago haven't. The final test is to beat all the other Brawlers in battle, but I'm not too stoked about that scenario. Looks like it's gonna be me versus Julie and Marucho next. Bakugan Brawl!
Drago, I have the greatest admiration for you. But deep down inside, I've always dreamt of facing you in battle. And in the next episode of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, I finally have my chance. It will be raw power against raw power. And if Runo and I have any luck at all, I will be able to prove myself against you. But don't worry, I won't take you too lightly. Find out on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers!
Coming up on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, my test continues battling Shun. Drago's up for it, but we'll see how well he does against Skyrus. And even though Shun's my friend, I don't plan on losing to him because that means Masquerade will get one step closer to realizing his evil plan. This battle is gonna be fierce, and only the best brawler can win it, so that gives me the edge. Don't miss the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Battle! Hey, this is Dan, and on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, check out all the weird things happening around the world. That's because of what's happening in Vestroia. Here's the deal. Masquerade called out Joe to battle him, but I said, leave that freak to me and Drago, and we'll take care of him. That's when all heck broke loose. It's a fight to the finish. I just hope I last that long. And if I don't, that's pretty much the end of the world as we know it. That's all on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Alice is Masquerade? No way! But hang on, if you think that's freaky, just wait until you see the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers. HAL-G suddenly appears and he explains the truth about the Mega Dimension Pyrus. He also tells us how Alice became Masquerade. Trust me, it's some story and I'm sure you don't want to miss it. It's got some freaky twists and turns to say the least. Hey, you better check it out. All on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, I've decided to get as far away from my friends as possible. I'm so ashamed of what I did when I was Masquerade that I can hardly bear it. But where will I go? I need to find some new friends who don't know about my past. I don't want to give myself away, but I'm still haunted by visions of Masquerade. I don't know who I am anymore. There's only one way to find out, and that's with a Bakugan Brawl. If I can win this battle, then maybe I can feel like my old self again. This is my last chance, and I gotta go for it.
Hey, this is Marucho, and coming up on the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we cross over into Vestroia, and I must say, we get a big surprise. The entire dimension had changed, and not for the better. Vestroia's attributed dimensions had blended together with other attributes, creating a whole new breed of Bakugan! Of the freaky variety! Do something, or we're toast! That's all on the next exciting Bakugan Battle Brawlers!
This is Bruno, and on the next episode of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Dan, Julie, and I end up in another strange world.
It's
like this real bizarro place filled with weird stalactites and psychedelic lights. And just like the last episode, we have to battle a couple of creepy Bakugan before they let us leave their world and continue on our quest to find Naga. I'm rooting for Dan and Drago. Hope you are too. So join me and the gang on the next episode of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Bakugan Brawl!
Next time on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Drago and I are on our way to have a serious face-to-face with Naga. But first we have to pass through the world of fire and darkness. And it looks like it's full of all kinds of creepy characters who want to give us a hard time. The only way to get past them is to battle them full on. But we don't have any backup, so it's just me and Drago versus the bad guys. Planet Earth and Vestroia are depending on us, so there's no turning back now. Catch the action on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Bakugan Brawl! Ah! Hey, this is Dan. Coming up on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers, me and Drago have got to pass through the last world to get to Naga. But that's not gonna happen without a fight. Not only do we have to battle Centauri or a Druman, but a whole whack of Garganoids show up to take us on. And guess who else joins the party? That's right, Masquerade! But will it be enough to save the universe? Only one way to find out. See you in the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Bakugan Brawl!
Hi there, Dan, my special little guy. Are you okay? How is everything going? I hope you're minding your manners and remembering to brush your teeth. You know, Dan, after you left, all kinds of those Bakugan thingies appeared all over the world. Maybe this is that nasty old Naga's doing. Please come home soon. The world needs your help. There's no turning back now, Dan. And I know you'll always do your best. Make your mother proud. Bakugan Brawl! I think that's how you say it. In the next episode of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, we face off against everything Naga has to throw at us. He's desperate to get to the Infinity Core that's inside of Wavern, but it's the Brawlers' job to see that that doesn't happen. Let's see what you've got, Naga. I'm first up, and with Preyas, there's no way I can lose, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the easiest battle of my life. Ah! Who am I kidding? This is going to be one wicked war, so make sure you don't miss the episode.
Next time on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Triclide shows up and tries to steal the Infinity Core away from Wavern. That's a big no-no in my books. But look out, is that Cycloid with Billy by his side? And there's that little brat Nene, too. Where are these guys coming from? We beat them once before, so I'm sure we can do it again. The only problem is you gotta keep an eye on them, or it could mean big trouble for everybody, especially now that Naga's lurking around. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Brawl, I guess. So don't miss the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. On the next episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, I get back into action. Repeater shows up and it's up to me to take her down. But do I battle as Alice or do I pull out my Masquerade mask? Even I'm not sure. Hopefully Christopher can back me up. You don't want to miss it because it's going to be the toughest fight ever. Bakugan Brawl! All that and a few bizarre surprises coming up on the next exciting episode of Bakugan Battle Brawlers. We'll see you there.
The next opponent we have to face is Heredy. He's no ordinary Bakugan, because he has both Aquas and Ventus attributes. We thought we'd taken care of him back in Vestroia, but apparently, we were wrong. I made a grave error and so have been captured. Heredy uses his surprise attack and I'm trapped like a bird in a cage. Even so, I still have my fighting spirit and my wits about me. I know you'll come and rescue me, Shun. This battle isn't over yet. Bakugan Brawl! See you there!
Hey, this is Dan, and the Brawlers are back in action on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers as we take on Centauri and Druman. At first it's me and Runo, but before you can say Bakugan Brawl, reinforcements come to the rescue. Bakugan Brawl! Lucky for us, everyone joins the party, but it's no cakewalk. This battle is one that you won't want to miss. And to win, well, it's going to take everyone battling at their Bakugan best, and that might not be enough, especially when HAL-G shows up. That's all on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
Coming up on the Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Naga is close to achieving his goal of stealing the Infinity Core and becoming the most powerful being in the universe. Luckily, the Brawlers are around to try and stop him. It's sure to be a fierce battle. Naga has his own forces who are intent on helping him complete his wicked plan. It's a classic face-off between good and evil. The fate of Vestroia and planet Earth lies in the balance, so it's time for you to choose sides. Make sure you don't miss the next exciting episode of the Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
It's down to the final fight on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. It begins with Drago down for the count, and there's a good chance we won't be able to save the universe from that freak Naga. Brawlers come through, and man, that's when the battle really heats up. We've only got one chance to keep the Infinity Core out of the hands of the dark side, and you'll have to watch to see how the battle ends. That's all on the next Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Ah! Later. What? Everything is perfect.